of right politics. So today is Monday, and we are going to be talking about what happened yesterday at the Mar-a-Lago golf course that was right next to President Trump's house, where a different assassin, attempted to shoot President Donald Trump. Of course, he's a different assassin because the first guy is dead. So after this has happened, we have now had two attempts on Donald Trump's life. He is a force that is unstoppable. And what I don't understand, and what I really need to have someone explain to me, if you want to say it like that, is why the Democrats are continuing the rhetoric against Donald Trump and how they are not easing up at all. I mean, wasn't it Biden who said that the rhetoric needs to stop and there's no place for violence in American politics? Well, look at what Kamala Harris said on the first debate. Just went on and on and on about how Donald Trump's a horrible person and he sleeps with all these women and he's tax fraud and this and that and the other. She is the instigator of violence towards Donald Trump. And we are Americans. We are the free world, and we pick our leaders via a democratic vote. And you cannot give the American people a chance to vote for someone if he's dead. So when they say that Donald Trump is a threat to democracy, we don't even have a chance to vote for the guy if he's dead. So how can democracy work if it's a one-party system? So Kamala Harris goes on and on and on about this. They are the ones who are dismantling our democracy by not letting RFK go against Biden in the primaries and then switch Biden out with Kamala Harris without even so as much as a bat of the eye, and no election. There was no election for Kamala Harris. They picked her, and there were two other candidates that were up against her, and they wouldn't even let them run. They have dismantled democracy completely and entirely. So you know how they say the guilty dog barks first? Well, that's exactly what has happened. The guilty dog is the Democratic Party. They are picking elections. They did the same thing to Bernie Sanders back in 2020, where they would not let him win. This is why he was not able to be the party nominee. So it should be very alarming. You should feel not scared, but it feels like that. It's like, okay, if we the people have leaders that are getting shot at over and over again, it's becoming freaking Mexico, because in Mexico there were 36 assassinations that were successful in their election this year. So what are we going to do? Are we going to become a third world country? Are we going to be civilized? Now everyone says, oh, these threats were from Iran and they were from Russia. Well, I hate to say it, but Russians are white, and these two guys are as white as snow. You know, they talk on black violence, but what about white on white violence? So no one knows who these guys are. Lone wolves. You know, they are instigated by their ideology that's pretty much self-made in their mother's basements. Or as this guy, he was 58 years old. So we have to come to the conclusion that Donald Trump, in my opinion, because I've been covering this guy since 2020, he cannot just freaking go out and be out in the public during this time. I'm not saying he has to run a campaign from the basement, but he's been shot at twice. And they're still trying, and it's 2 months away from the election. I think everyone would understand if he stays, like he could freaking go to New York and be in his penthouse and just, you know, do campaigns in New York. I'm just tired of people trying to kill the guy because he's such a genuine American. He will go down in history as one of the greatest. When they read, like let's just say he passes away at 80, and you know it's going to be, or like, you know, 90, and it's the year 2040, and they're like, okay, who was Donald Trump? Well, he was an American business legend who came up beyond all odds in the most harshest city in the world that you can do business in, and he was successful. Then he became a TV star. Then he ran for president. Then he won. Then the election was stolen. And then they tried to kill him twice. Then he won again. I really believe that the American story will end and begin with Donald Trump. And now that he's getting endorsements all across the board from celebrities, who, including Elon Musk, who could be a part of his transition team, it's going to be mind-blowing if he wins. Yeah, all of the BLM and all of the Arab Marxists are going to be going through the streets, but what's new? They've been doing that for the last 4 years. And I don't know, guys. I'm really excited about his stance with Israel and how he's going to bring an end to these wars. I believe he will bring an end to the Israeli conflict as well as the Ukraine conflict when he is elected. And this is very important. Tell your friends and neighbors. It's not a matter of, do you like his policies? Or it should be a matter of, they want him gone because of what he believes in. And what he believes in is truth and justice and a system. He was the one who said, remember, drain the swamp, because people in Washington are so corrupt, and he saw it from the very beginning. And he was an outsider, and he still cannot necessarily be considered an outsider anymore. But even now, he's running as if he was an outsider because he's been shot twice. Well, shot once, attempted the other. So you've got to take the facts. The Democratic Party says they're all about facts. If you vote for the guy who is shot at twice, he's probably going to be a good leader because they're wanting him gone. Good leaders are always attempted to be assassinated. So tell your friends to watch Right Politics, and we'll see you on the next one.